Hey guys, quick note before getting into this video, we at MMOBite have started up a new mobile gaming channel called MMOBite Mobile. We'll provide a link to it in the description, so come subscribe if you're interested in even more MMOBite goodness. Now, this week we have quite a bit of MMO related news, things like BDO finally hitting Xbox consoles, news on the upcoming MMORPGs Astellia and Ascent Infinite Realm, TERA Classic, and just so much more. So go grab something to eat, maybe get a soda as well, cause this is a big one. And no, that's what she said jokes. This is a mature news show here. We do not resort to cheap jokes just to get laughs. Let's start this off with some sadder news. 2 weeks ago, Wiki actually did a video on Kritika where she tested how the game was playing in 2019. She saw that the game's population was practically non-existent, but the combat itself and the gameplay were both still a lot of fun. Which is why I guess it's sad that NMAS officially revealed that they would be shutting the game down on April 30th. NMAS have went on to disable new player registrations for the game, allowing current players to continue playing until the inevitable shutdown happens. And while I may not have actually played much of the game personally, it is always a sad day when any MMO shuts down, not to mention when people lose their jobs over it. With all these companies letting people go recently, well, it is foreboding. Let's shift to some good news now, yeah? The upcoming MMORPG Mad World is holding what is being referred to as a real traditional alpha test. Yep, there will be no founders packs or anything of that nature to guarantee you get into future alpha tests. Dandysoft, the team behind the game, went on to state that this test is not indicative of the final product. There will be glitches, errors, and significant development changes. Your progress will ultimately end up being wiped. The alpha will also be under an NDA, meaning that you won't be able to record or stream any footage of the game. For players wanting to sign up to the new Mad World MMO, you can go right ahead and visit our website, mmobite.tv, using the link in the description and just click on the form to be redirected to their alpha registration. For fans of Star Trek Online, or console fans more specifically, you'll be happy to learn that the Mirror of Discovery update that launched on a PC in January of this year has arrived on consoles. This is more of a quick heads up, really, in case you weren't aware, so, get to exploring the 2 new feature episodes included in the update. Following suit with NCSoft, Blizzard, and NMAS laying off employees, Portalarium, the team behind Shroud of the Avatar, have announced the closure of their official office. The announcement was made in a live stream over the weekend where the company told players that in an attempt to save money, they were going to relocate to a home office. As in, each and every staff member working on Shroud of the Avatar will now work on the game directly from their home. I am aware that rent in Austin is expensive, but I mean, let's be real here. If a game studio can't afford a building to work out of, how much can we really expect out of it? Now, I'm not hating on the move. I just think it's a first step, I guess, in a downward spiral for the company and the game. In one of the most bizarre crossovers I have ever seen, TERA has introduced PubG-themed cosmetics and monsters in-game. Beginning March 5th and lasting until April 5th, TERA players on every platform can travel to northern Iran and scour the region for airdrops that contain rewards exclusive to the event and do battle with PubG-themed monsters. Additionally, if you hadn't had the opportunity to try out the new TERA Classic servers, then Gameforge announced TERA Classic, a brand new event that will allow players to play through the game as it was back in 2013. The event began on February 12th, and it is expected to last approximately 6 to 8 weeks. So, if you've never had the opportunity to experience the game in its original iteration, or I guess mostly original iteration as there are small variations from the original game, then you'll want to jump in and try it now. But then again, Gameforge. So, approach that at your own risk. I did a video on Riders of Icarus on August, I think, in 2018. That went on to get almost 100,000 views. So, clearly interest is there. However, nobody seems to want to actually invest time into the game, which is why I and many other players have been under the impression that the game is dead. Although, even if that is the case, and let's be real here, while playing the game, I saw like 4 other players from level 1 to 30, even in the cities. Nexon are patching a completely new dungeon and content related to it. Riders of Icarus's new Huracan's Underground Labyrinth adds completely new loot along with new quest line leading you into the dungeon. Accompanying the patch are double XP buffs, so if you ever wanted to try the game out, now's your chance.
think you're up for the challenge? You won't believe what you're about to see. Traha.
Yep, in his spare time, Thor actually plays Traha. It is confirmed that the god of hammers, the god of thunder is actually a fan of mobile MMORPGs. Okay, jokes aside, Nexon loves naming their games weird shit. Traha, Project, BBQ. Regardless, I would like players to take note that Nexon is actually boasting record pre-registration numbers for their upcoming Traha mobile MMORPG, numbers that they have never seen before. An entire 1 million players interested in the game after the registration being available for a mere 48 hours. While Nexon have yet to announce the official global release date for Traha, and I will admit the game looks absolutely stunning for a mobile MMORPG, the Korean release is scheduled to launch on the 18th of April. Traha is being developed in Unreal Engine 4 and is being called a proper MMORPG with high-end graphics in mind. There was quite a bit of information released by Nexon, all of which I plan on letting you Google for because, well, there is a lot of it. Now, if you're subscribed to our MMO by Mobile YouTube channel, then you can stay updated with Traha news, and we'll even have an official Traha video up as soon as it launches next month. A few days ago, I did a video on Black Desert Online's new Shadow Arena. I honestly had a lot of fun in it, but I found it very difficult. Now, with the addition of their anniversary, the team behind BDO are introducing new trial characters. You'll be limited to 3 trial characters per account and can choose to play as pretty much any of the 17 available classes in-game. Unfortunately, the character will only be available to trial in PvP combat, such as the Battle Arena, Red Battlefield, Arena of Arsha, and the Savage Rift, but that'll give you more than enough time to figure out if you enjoy its playstyle. For my wife, Mrs. Stix, and I, leveling is part of the journey, and it helps you learn your class slowly and gradually over time, something that I honestly prefer. Additionally, Black Desert actually launched onto the Xbox One a couple days ago and was met with more sales and players than I or anyone thought it would. I mean, the game is only $10, but packs go all the way up to $100 if you're interested in forking out more. Last month, it was announced that Dungeons & Dragons Online would be getting its 4th expansion, Masterminds of Sharn. While the expansion in question doesn't have an ETA yet on when it'll actually release to the public, they did tease that accompanying Update 44 could potentially be a new secret class. Many fans of the game are actually expecting it is the Psionicist, but ultimately nobody really knows. What do you think it'll end up being, and are you excited for it? I actually did a video on Dungeon Fighter Online. I know we've done a lot of videos on the games we're talking about, but I mean, this was only a few months ago, and I went on to elaborate on why I enjoyed it so much. So knowing that the game is actually getting a new major update titled Harlem, Shadows of Kashyapa got me excited. Players will head to Harlem where they get to partake of several new dungeons and an increased level cap from 90 to 95. There's also a lot of changes and tweaks coming to the game as well. So if you're on a break, you've never tried the game out, or, well, whatever your reasoning is for not playing it right now, then you should definitely try it out. For fans excited to replay the game another time as the new Zandalari trolls and Coultier and human allied races, you're in luck. Come March 12th, the new allied races will become available to begin unlocking, so I guess if you're interested in that, get to it. I bet this is a title that you never expected to see in a news video, Funcom surprised many a fan when they announced that they would be introducing a new Fresh Start server for the game. The reason for the surprise? Well, development has been dormant for years, and that was to be expected. The game hasn't really found much in the way of a player base as it aged. I mean, the game released back in 2001. The new server will be a subscription-only progression server where players will play through each expansion, working their way from scratch up to what we have currently. Some players have expressed warranted concern over the pay-to-win nature of the game, the cash shop, and a few bugs that could essentially jeopardize the game overall, but Funcom have promised additional information further in the year. In ALBION Online news, Sandbox Interactive, the team behind the game, have announced a new content patch titled Oberon. The update both adds and changes a significant amount of the game, brings in new monsters, drops chests, changes to dungeons, and just so much more. I covered this mostly in the last video I did about Albion Online, so I'm not going to go into further detail, but if you're interested, you can read up on what changes are coming on their website. Last we spoke of Astellia Online, we mentioned that the game would likely be buy-to-play over here in the West. However, it had yet to be officially confirmed. Since then, the team behind Astellia have announced that it will launch over here as a buy-to-play MMORPG that will not, under any circumstance, be pay-to-win, and unlike its Korean counterpart, will actually work on ungender locking classes for its release over here. And while Bless made similar promises, such as releasing its classes after the launch and dodging pay to win, well, you know, we all know how that ended up turning out. Here's hoping that when the game launches officially this summer, they don't fall victim to what has become known as the import smash and grab. Yes, I left this until the end, not because I hate you all, but purely because, well, honestly, because I legit wrote this up last and I really didn't want to change where in the video this would end up being. So, PlayPark, the Southeast Asian publisher for Ascent Infinite Realm, will actually be holding their closed beta for the game on April 25th. While the game will be completely in Thai, interested players can pre-download the client on April 10th in preparation for its April 25th beta. As we're well aware, Air will be 100% free to play, and as such, there will be a cash shop introduced for players to waste money in. How pay to win that cash shop will end up being is currently unknown, but PlayPark's version will actually include the cash shop. So this might end up providing us a small glimpse into what we can actually expect when it launches globally. Confirmation on a Western release, however, still eludes us, but a closed beta is hopefully still going to take place this year. And there we have it. That's every bit of MMO related news I was aware of this week, but there is no doubt more to be found. So, if you have any that I missed, please be sure to let me know, preferably via Twitter, so I can include it next week. Whew, that was a long list. That's what she said. There, I said it. I couldn't help myself, okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more goodness like this, and I will see you all next time. Peace.